Whenever this question of destiny comes up, part of the problem is that the part of the problem is language, right? Words come preloaded with an idea that we have attached to it. So if I say destiny, right? With that word destiny comes a preloaded concept. That preloaded concept is like it's an inevitable product of fate that you can't escape. Yeah? Okay? And I think it's very important to remove those concepts. Okay? And if you want to understand the Islamic concept of qadr wal qada, which is the correct Arabic terminology for it, okay, then again you need to study what are the essential concepts. And they're very simple. I'll go through it very quickly. And maybe this is more for the benefit of the Muslims, right? Just a few things. Number one, Allah knows everything. That's the first thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala caused everything to be written down. 50,000 years before the creation, everything that was going to happen was written down. So Allah knows it, Allah caused it to be written down. The third thing is that Allah has power over everything and nothing can happen unless Allah allows it to happen. Unless He decrees it, unless He commands it to happen, unless He creates it and He allows it to happen. So this is important. This is the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So nothing happens unless He allows it. And He has created everything. And He's created everything that we do. Right? One of the things that Allah has allowed to happen, He has allowed us to choose whether we should obey Him or disobey Him. Of course, you can't obey God unless He allows you to obey Him. So your obeying Him is still under His permission for you to obey Him or disobey Him. So He allows you to obey Him and He allows you to disobey Him. That doesn't mean that Allah compelled you to sin or compelled you to obedience. God gave you the choice. He gave you the choice to obey or disobey. Based upon the choice that you make, whether you obey or disobey, you will be judged, and you will be judged accordingly, whether you obeyed or whether you disobeyed, because that's the choice that you made. And He allowed you to make that choice. Now the mistake that people make is equating God's knowing everything with you presume that there's an equivalence between God knowing something and God writing it and you doing it. But that's a fallacy. Even by human standards we know that. And I'll give you a simple example, right? And I'm not comparing us to God. I'm just giving you a conceptual example to show how conceptually this can exist amongst us. So even more so it could be true about God, right? So for example, imagine I'm your teacher, right? Okay, and you are my students, and based upon my observing you and my observation of you, right, and my knowledge of you and how you behave and your academic capabilities, I write down and I predict the grades that I think you are going to get. Now here's the question: does my knowing that and writing that force you to get those grades? Yes or no? Is there a connection between my writing those down and you getting those grades? Yes or no? No, it's still ultimately your choice, right? I mean, if my knowledge was more and my insight was greater, my prediction will be more accurate. But that doesn't mean I forced you in any way, shape or form to obey or to disobey or to pass or to fail. That's the mistake that people make. It's still your choice to obey God or disobey God. But His knowledge is perfect and His knowledge of you is perfect. So based upon that perfect knowledge, He wrote down what was going to happen. But it's writing it down does not mean that He forced you into obedience or disobedience. That's still your choice.